Welcome to my daily review. Today is Thursday, December 12th, and tomorrow is Friday the 13th. The PPI, the inflation data came in a little hot today, but I think the Nasdaq was just going to pull back anyway. We talked about yesterday that it was closed up above that 6% level. It closed up above 20,000 also. Yeah, 6.5% above the 50, this rising 50. And anytime it does that, it starts getting a little wonky. And today it pulled back. You can see it was just a little inside day today. Not a big deal. I mean, yesterday after it gained 347 points, to give back 132, we'll take it, right? Three steps forward, one step back. It was down 132 points, like I said, 0.66%. It closed at 19,902 with 7% above the 50-day average volume and volume higher than yesterday. So that's the second distribution day this week. So this rally is starting to get a little harder. And when it becomes harder, I become more defensive. There's no doubt that the leading stocks have been sold this week. And I trade leading growth stocks. So when it gets tough with those, I back off. It's just the way I'm wired. I'm not going to try to fight for that last 10% or 5% or whatever. We've had a good run. And so I'm not going to press the issue here. This is the S&P or the S&P 500 index, and it pulled back today. 0.54%, still well above that 6,000 level, closed at 6,051, 2.6 above that rising 50. I mean, the indexes, they look okay, but it's just the leading growth stocks. There's a lot of profits there. The Dow Jones not looking good. Heavy volume selling here as it hit 45,000 and to pull back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the last 6 days. So this is trending back towards its 50 here. It's only 1.3% above the 50, so maybe it'll make another trip there like it has here and here and here. And it hasn't been there since the election, but it looks like it's on its way. And then the IWM, this one's weak as well, undercut the 21 and 2.4% above the rising 50. But yeah, small caps not getting any love. The Dow Jones not getting any love. So it's just kind of those Magnificent Seven stocks that are kind of propping up the tape here. This is Apple today. They announced that they're going to use their own chips. And yeah, it was up again. It's been up, I don't know, what, 8 out of the last 9 days or 10 days, something like that. Anyway, Apple looks fantastic. Microsoft as well. Microsoft putting a good day together, and then it just sold off. Kind of there you see looked like it was really going to rally. It was up $5 or $6 and then sold off into the close. So that stinks. That's really poor action. Google had the breakout, made a big, nice, strong move, and then just pulled back 1.76% today. That's to be expected. No biggie there. It looks fine. Amazon, just a quiet day today, allowing the moving averages to catch up. Meta Platforms, yeah, an inside day. Just a quiet day for these stocks today. Tesla, this has got to be an inside day after yesterday's. Oh, no, made a new high today, 429.30. And then pull back, but just, it's still well above the showed this yesterday. And then people are screaming, double top, it's a double top. Most times when you have a cup-shaped pattern or a cup with handle, you're going to get a double top. So yeah, it is a double top until it trades higher and leaves that 464, does that 414.50 number in the dust. Yeah, okay. We'll see. Maybe it'll sell off. Maybe it'll crash and burn. You never know. And this is NVDA, and just nobody's talking about NVIDIA now. So maybe since it's quiet, the moving averages here are converging. I think you could see all three of them there within 1%. The 50, 1.4, 0.9. So yeah, 1.3%, I guess. Yeah, still tightening. Probably going to tighten some more then. But what are you going to do? Anyway, today sucked. And that's, my terminology for it, scientific terminology. And I'm going to blame Adobe, although the market was just due to pull back. Adobe down 13%. These guys are serial crashers here. They serial gap down. Every time they report earnings, they get this big womp, this big, gap down. Who could own that stock? Geez, come on, get it together, people. They're giving you the same sales growth, 10, 11%. They're giving you the same earnings growth, 15, 14, 13. But the problem is they're guiding lower so they can hurdle over this easy bar. And Wall Street's onto these guys. They've got to beat and raise significantly. And if they can't do that, then yeah, this stock's going to be in limbo. Sorry about that. This is one of the QQQ top 10 holdings too. Man, that thing stinks. Anyway, sorry, Adobe longs, Adobe shareholders. It's killing the drill. Anyway, I want to take a look at some stocks that, first of all, I'm going to start with the semiconductors. I'm interested in ARM right here. Why? Well, this stock is starting to try, it's attempting to break above this downtrend line here. And if it can do that, 150 area, could pop above there, the old 152, as an area of interest. So I'm kind of liking the way ARM is looking now. I'm going to go to just kind of some hardware and semiconductor names, just kind of screw around here. This is IBM. I like this chart pattern. Cup needs a little shakeout down to the 21 for the handle, and then I think it'll bounce and make a new high above that 237.37. And then another one that reported today was Ciena. This is a networking stock. Nice gap higher, 15.5% with heavy volume. We like that. And then A-Lab is another one of these semiconductor names coming back. This thing's just riding its 5. Clear pattern here. Every time it pulls back, well, I'm going to start here. And then it bounced higher, right? Pulls back. Moving average bounces higher, pulls back, gaps up, pulls back. That's the 10 there. I'm on the 5 right now. This is just a couple of days of selling now, and it's just riding the 5 higher. A couple of days of selling, 2 out of the last 3 days, back to the 5. So as long as, this thing is respecting the 5 and it's the 5 is riding higher. Most stocks, ride the 21 of the 10. This one's riding the 5. So, I mean, it's an IPO stock. I don't think it's near the end of its rope. I don't. Just breaking out there from that IPO base. But anyway, that's A-Lab. Oh, and MRVL, they reported and had a nice gap higher. Now it's in the gap zone here. It undercut the low of the gap day, which I don't like. Pull back to the 5 though, so maybe it'll find support there and not fill that gap. Yeah, the low is 109.57 and the gap is 98.72, so it's got a little ways to go. All right, that's it for, oh no, I have one more, the quantum computing group. This is IONQ. Looked like it was going to move today, but I mean, the overall market weakness pulled it back to its 21. Definitely one that I'm looking at. Anyway, that's it for semiconductors and hardware stocks. No great shakes today. Another one that I have on my ready list, it looked like it was going to move today, but the overall market weakness just pulled it back down. And that was SE. It had a nice opening here. Got up to what, 118.35 and sold off into the close, down a buck from that high. So anyway, it's just setting up in this little shelf type pattern. Another one in the retail space, Bros. Pull back to its 10. I got it on the 5, but it's on the 10 there, and it's kind of squatting, so it needs to move there. That's Dutch Bros. And then CROX. I got to show CROX because I'm interested in CROX here. I do believe it's formed this little bottoming pattern, and at some point it's going to get back up to that. Depends how much, tolerance you have, but it's got that gap fill there at the 135.35. I think it'll get there over time, a long time. But yeah, I typically don't entertain stuff like this, but Crocs is looking good to me. All right, Dash, another one of these internet plays, retail internet. Bring me my food. Just pulling back. Now we've seen these a lot lately. These little bull wedge patterns work, but the market's changing, so this might not work here. But a pull back to the 21, I expect a bounce above that, 181 level. We'll see. With DoorDash, what other retail names do we have? Oh, LQDT. This one reported earnings today, had a nice move higher, 30% move, and then closed, in the upper quartile of its daily range there. It looks like what, 80%. Yeah, so that's a nice gap up. So one to keep on your record books. And then AS, this is an IPO, 2024 IPO, broke out of that base, pulled back to the 21. It's been ripping higher. Nice move today for 4.35% with 71% above that average volume. So nice move for American sports. Anyway, I'm going to move on. Did the hardware, did the semiconductors, did the retail. I got to go to crypto. Hood reported last night, outstanding metrics, new subscribers. Yeah, so a lot of people are converting to Robinhood and their platform. Anyway, it bounced off the 21 today, 3.9, 4% move roughly. Bitcoin was down. It hit 100,000 again, and then it got rejected and was below it last time I checked. It was like 99 something. So lots of sellers waiting for Bitcoin there at that 100,000 point. Yeah. So anyway, Coinbase still, these failed breakouts, just pulling back to the 21, just can't break out. It got above the 31, 341.75 last week, hit 349.75, but just pull right back in. So, Bitcoin's it's struggling too. And with you know, excuse me, that's Coinbase. With Bitcoin struggling, you got to figure that, these stocks are going to struggle as well. Hut, I think they're buying more Bitcoin, and anyway, it's up 2% today. And SMLR, I think this is like a medical product stock masquerading. Yeah, it's really a Bitcoin play. They're trying to buy more Bitcoin as well, up 11% today. And that's it for the crypto trade. I've got to go to the software names. Rubric, I'm liking these new issues, the Reddits, the A Labs, the American Sports, GEV. We had a new one today too that you got to watch. But this is Rubric, and this is, clearly gapped higher. And the low of the gap day was 62.06. And just watch that low as I go from day to day, because 62.06 the following day turns into, oh, man, come on. 63.35. The next day is 67.65. The low on Wednesday was 69.41. The low today was $70. So if I own this one, I would say, if it trades below 70, I'm getting rid of it because I don't want it to make a lower low, because right now it's just making higher lows and higher highs. You can see here 72.66, 73.90, today 74.99. It'll probably pull back a couple days and then trade above 75. That would be my guess with Rubric. You could see the big volume bars coming in since they reported earnings last week. So that definitely has like a breakout here, and then it's pushing higher now, a character change where it's really turning into a monster software stock, up 5.35% today while the index was getting hammered. So we like Rubric. We like it a lot. GoDaddy was having a nice day, and then everything kind of sold off into the close today. Yeah, 208.91. It was right up there near 210. Take a look at the 5-minute chart. Yeah, GoDaddy was ramping and then just sold off into the close. So I need to see GoDaddy above 210. You can see it's just surfing the 5 like Kelly Slater. I don't think it's asking too much to trade over 210. It was there on December 5th. So anyway, GoDaddy looks good. KD is another software name. I think I covered this one yesterday. Keeps making new highs. Yeah, it was flat today in a weak tape, but it was up. It was having a pretty good day. Hey, everything just kind of sold off into the close. Look at that, the last 20 minutes or so. Jeez. Anyway, what are you afraid of? All right. GLBE, another one. Global E Online making new highs, surfing the 5. That one is strong and looking good as well. Twilio, gosh, this thing just keeps making new highs. Talk about higher highs and higher lows. That's the definition of an uptrend. Twilio's in a strong uptrend. since those activists got involved there, that thing has really turned around. Spotify pulled back to its 21 and bounced. I mean, the 21 there 2 days ago was what, 466, closed at 480 today. So yeah, it's bouncing like we would like to see a stock bounce. A lot of them are not. If I go to app 11, this thing's not, it's squatting there at the 21. Had a decent bounce yesterday, but just can't get out of its own way. Duolingo is another one of the leading software names. We got hammered yesterday. This thing's below the 21. That thing looks bad. Um, yeah, so yeah, they're not popping like we want to see them pop. Speaking of which, I'm going to go to the energy names. GE Vernova had a nice pop off the 21 yesterday and now closed below it today. That is horrible action. They came out with terrific news, 6 billion buyback, a dividend, and the market don't care. It's just right back to where it was. VST, this thing can't bounce either. Yeah, I mean, it rejected there to 21, so that looks bad. TLN just closed at the 21 today. So yeah, some of these leaders now are looking a little sloppy, looking weak, being sold. And we want to see a rotation into something else, but I'm not seeing it other than, the Mag 7. The oil and gas stocks, this one, I kick myself because every time I look at this chart, this thing's making new highs and I didn't buy it and I'm not going to buy it because I don't want to chase stocks, but this is a, good looking chart here. YPF, oil and gas, Argentina play, making a new high up, only 13% this week. We couldn't use that, could we? All right. Another one is DXPE. They sell equipment, to the refiners. Made a new high today, then pulled back like a lot of stocks did. CRK, this is Comstock, oil and gas, U.S. exploration stock, blasted higher yesterday, and then followed through today 4%. That's what you want to see. Pull back to the 21. There's your bull wedge pattern. And so maybe I have to go through some of these oil and gas stocks. Pull back to the 21. The last 3 days just been yippee-ki-yay, get out of my way. I'm going higher. And Comstock is up 21% this week. So no news, I don't think. Anyway, Comstock looks good. And the last one in this group is, do I have one? Oh, yeah, I like this stock as well. VIST. This is Vista Energy and yeah, making new highs, just kind of grinding higher, just respecting the 5. So it looks good for those oil and gas stocks. And of course, I have to go to my boomer play. This is Alaska. They raised guidance recently, I guess this day here, which was Tuesday, made a new high today. So these are looking good. This one was up today. It's just everything kind of sold off into the close today. Booking again, was strong today and then sold off into the close, which I don't know. Maybe it bodes well for tomorrow. We'll see. Um, TCOM, trip.com, nice, little 2% move today, not bad. And then the hotel groups, you got to stay somewhere. This is Marriott, was higher, and then just, yeah, sold off into the close. They're all doing that today. Every chart I look at the last half hour is just same thing. At least this one closed a little higher. Pretty much flat in the session though. So yeah, got to be careful out there. Viking. Yeah, bounce off the 21 nice the last couple of days. That's what we want to see with your leaders, the bounce and follow through, not the bounce and squat back down like we saw with GEV, which yeah, that's not good. Yeah. Nice bounce yesterday, and then it gives it all back today. That's just disrespectful. It was up to 350 yesterday. At the lowest 333, now today closed at 329, down 4%. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. I'll have more tomorrow at mcstockcharts.com. Except for, in honor of the great Steve Jobs, I do have one more thing, and that is we had earnings tonight from Broadcom, and they reported, let me see, a beat on earnings, and then I think they came in a little light on revenues, but it's all about what they say about going forward. So it's up 2% after hours. We'll take that. Not bad. And Costco reported, I think it was kind of like up and down, like a roller coaster, now eventually flat. And then RH, that was up quite a bit. This is Restoration Hardware, up 17%. I'll say that's a nice move for Restoration Hardware. And then we had an IPO today. Got to keep it on the radar now. Service Titan, it opened, I think, at 100 or 101. 105 is the low, 105 is the high. So you get that 5% daily range, closed at 101. And that's something to keep an eye on. Anyway, that's it for me at mcstockcharts.com. Like I said, I'll have more in the morning. And we never give up, right? Don't ever give up. Don't give up on your family. Don't give up on your friends. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your trading strategies. Never give up.